I'm getting there. Like, it's hard to believe that it's been a week since I got home.
Yep.
And in that week, I rolled into like multiple basketball practices. We had a tournament this weekend. Like, I'm still like recovering.
I get that. I get that. I've seen lots of great footage of your basketball, your little girl playing. That's
I
fun.
know she's come such a long way. So proud of her. But, it's funny. She did so good this weekend. Jeff was like, I think Olivia needs to go to Disney.
Oh, well, you know what? We'll talk about Disney at the end. We'll talk about Disney at the end
Yes,
just briefly.
yes, yes, we
Briefly.
will.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining. I am Jason Poole. I'm a travel advisor with Cruise Planners. Love talking about all things in the travel industry, from credit cards to hotels, cruises, resorts, everything. Joining me, as always, Miss Haley. How are you? Where are you in the world? Are you home? When's your next trip? And tell people who you are.
That's so funny. My next official trip that's not a basketball tournament out of town, oddly enough, it's not till December. I haven't
Wow.
anything on the books just
Okay.
yet 'cause I'm a bit more of a last minute lady here because it depends on when I find a gap in my schedule. I'm always envious of those people that are like, "Well, I've got a cruise book for 25 and here," and I'm like,
You know what? We have an anniversary. I didn't realize, Haley. Dominic on my Instagram said it's been 5 years since we met on Dominic on the solstice. So it's right around the time 5 years ago we were doing
"Yeah,
our Trans-Pacific on solstice.
that was the wildest week of my life." I literally went to like Italy, came home for 3 days, and then flew to Hawaii. My body like
I was like, "Hey, Haley, you want to go to Hawaii?" And you were like, "Sure,
sure, let's just do this.
sure,
We
let's
need to
do it."
redo where you're feeling well. But to answer your other questions, my name is Haley. I own the hotel sales support company, Hospitality with a Flair, with my lovely team there. And then, because I hate free time, I coach basketball and write a travel blog all about points, tips, cruising, Europe, everywhere.
Love it. Well, let's dig in. So, I know you've been doing some Princess cruises lately.
Yeah.
Princess has had the traditional dining, early, late. They've also had the option where you can reserve a time. So they've just been testing on one ship the flexible walk in whenever. And it's gone well. And now they're going to expand it out across the fleet. So, as someone who's done Princess, do you welcome this change?
So I think it's nice because, like, thankfully, my husband's on top of that part of
Okay.
the day because I low key hate being that scheduled.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
agree.
like structure, but what I can say is in the app because we've booked our times through the app before. It's nice because the dining rooms aren't quite like full max capacity as like first seating, second seating. It's kind of in rotation, which I've liked. So I mean, I think it's nice and welcomed. I mean, there are definitely people that walked up when we were on our cruises and they did their best to accommodate and
Right.
try to squeeze in. But I'm looking forward to it because I think that's one of the things dining structure wise Princess does really well, from their dining rooms to how quick their room service anywhere on the ship works.
I
They
agree.
they do dining really well, and I if it's anything like I've seen at my last two sailings here in the last 8 months, I think it'll go well.
I think that's great. I mean, one thing that the modern cruise experience is about flexibility. And especially when you're doing those port intensive itineraries and you get back to the ship late, sometimes you just want to just walk in, grab a casual dinner, and go about your evening. So I welcome this, and hopefully it goes
And what I'll say
well.
too, even with the sit down dinners I've done, they're not long.
Right.
And like you said, on those port intensive, like being on MSC now almost 2 weeks ago, um, we did a lot of buffet because we didn't want to go sit down for 2 hours. Like we did do like two sit down dinners things, and it's almost 2 hours long, and that's a lot of time to give up when you only have one sea day on a week long cruise.
I agree. I agree. Well, let's go to hotel world. Marriott is opening its first all-inclusive resort in Cancun. It's going to be called the Marriott Cancun. It's going to be right next to the JW Marriott Cancun Resort. So, why do you think Marriott is getting into the all inclusive game?
Well, I think as we've seen in cruise world, a lot more of the all inclusive esque style options. People like that idea of here, I've paid for my vacation, it's done, here it is.
Yep.
And I will say for me as a consumer, I'm not a huge all inclusive fan. And for a while outside of, sandals, I don't want to say the trustworthiness, but we're just going to call a spade a spade. I'm going for the throat here. The trustworthiness and the credibility and the consistency amongst other all inclusive brands outside of that, I found to be all over the place. I've done Two Reuse, I've done a Secrets.
Well, because it's like when you just have large companies just buying brands, it takes a long time for them to implement, their vision, their corporate standards. Right. I agree.
And I think, Hilton's been dipping more into that, even Hyatt before they bought all those ones with their Zivas and stuff. I think them getting into the all inclusive game, they totally have room to steal share because generally speaking, like Marriott has that presence. Like if I book a Marriott, like, ooh, it's a Marriott, like I kind of know what I'm going,
Right.
yeah,
100%.
you
100%.
know, because you've seen some of these, different just off the beaten path all inclusives, and especially Mexico, where like food's inconsistent, drinks are inconsistent. Like the room
Look,
property will be beautiful, and then everything else is just like,
and you earn Bonvoy points.
yeah,
Yay.
that is a big thing. I think that's a great move also for their loyalty members.
Yep.
I mean, Marriott also, we talked about it not too long ago. They have that new Safari Lodge
Right.
now too.
Right.
So kind of like, you have the Ritz Carlton yacht and that,
Yep.
like, they're really coming full circle on being able to offer their loyalty members every type of vacation.
Yep, I agree. I'm sure they don't want to see their business travelers go to Cancun and give money to another property. They want to have the business traveler and the personal vacation travel as
Yeah,
well.
they want your business travel and your personal travel.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. So, speaking of a brand changing identities and structure, Celebrity Cruises has introduced a new brand campaign. Now, this is a little inside the weeds, yeah, but I thought it was interesting because Celebrity in recent years has kind of struggled with this identity. Are they the relaxed resort at sea? Are they modern luxury? Are they the old people Royal Caribbean brand? They've just really struggled to be like, who are they and what do they want to be? I mean, you agree with that, right?
100%.
Yeah. So I like this new campaign. It's just like nothing comes close. They are throwing out the word luxury, modern luxury, like gone, relaxed resort at sea, gone. They're really embracing this. We're different. We're different if you've been on board and trust us, come on board. We're different. Nothing else comes close. And they're really positioning themselves in that premium market, saying we're going to be competing with Princess, Holland, Cunard, Oceania to a certain extent in some itineraries. Now, that doesn't mean Celebrity doesn't still have luxury components. I think the Retreat is has
Oh,
luxurious
it's
components.
wonderful.
The Galapagos, Celebrity Flora, and the other ships definitely a luxurious
I need
experience.
to throw a little plug in here for you. Um, Jason and I were talking yesterday, talking about luxury experiences, and we all know the Galapagos is expensive.
Oh,
You saw some rates for this summer.
I did. I did. I haven't sent it out to everybody yet, but yeah, some of the summer Galapagos and Flora were. I mean, I was like, I kind of want to go again. They were good. I mean, I was shocked by. I mean, some of them were
Like sub thousands
thousands off.
with the S's there.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I mean, it was almost like a buy one get one free on some of the sailings and some of the rooms. So it's a good rate.
You might want to reach out to Jason.
Yeah, reach out. I'll be happy to help you. So I think this is great for celebrity. They're definitely just I think they finally know who they are, who they want to be, and hopefully things will kind of settle down. Because you and I have been talking about some of the celebrity changes for a while. Things do seem to be going better. So I welcome this. I welcome the new vision, and I think that's where they need to be.
No news is good news. They
Right.
haven't been in
I
there for a hot second. They've been a little
I,
steering.
I agree. Now you've got a cool tip of the day.
Yes. So I may have highlighted it on here before, and Jason just gets to be my witness here because the photos do not pull
Yep,
such
yep,
forward
yep.
this orientation. But sometimes hotels, even Expedia and those kind of companies do this too, where they will have a cheaper app rate or website rate for the same day. So I literally showed Jason, I pulled my favorite little Swan Reserve at Disney World over Olivia's birthday week and just kind of, teasing and thinking of some ideas. And between the website, the website was actually the cheaper one this time, and the app, it was like a $55 difference.
So the same property, booking it
Dates.
still, the price can be different from the website to the app.
Yep, because sometimes, especially, usually it's the other way around. I found that Marriott one to be very interesting, but they'll run an incentive because they want people using their apps and stuff more.
Interesting. Okay.
And also, some hotels, well, this isn't great. This is really insider, and you're not supposed to do it. Some hotels, to try to get some additional revenue, will go do an app only like Expedia rate because it's harder to track for that best price.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's not the right thing. And if you get caught, you get fined. But
Okay.
that can happen. Special member pricing on app only. So, kind of make sure, do a little check on both. Check the app, check
It's
the
the thing
website.
you have said all the time, and I think it's so true. If you want to save money on travel, you have to put in the work.
Yeah, you're trading work and money.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I always laugh when I see it's a quick fix because even going into Barcelona, I changed my hotel maybe a week and a half before going to Barcelona.
Yep.
That's how drastically.
I changed my edition in Barcelona right before, I think, as well, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just kind of keep an eye. You book refundable,
Yep. You taught me that trick.
and you just keep checking. Grab it as soon as you see it, and then keep checking because,
Right.
like I said, you're gonna trade something. There's no one quick fix to save all this money.
No.
If it was that easy, everybody would do it.
No, that's true. Well, guys, it was a short show today. So thank you for watching. Hopefully, next week we'll have a little bit more news story. Hopefully, no controversies, though.
Hope.
Uh, well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will be back next week. Take care.
All right, bye guys.